take. Start. This is a stall full of crafts that you don't need but you may need. Good start. How am I meant to be serious now this whole video knowing that I just fell? Okay. Hi guys, it's Elise here and I am doing a Q&A. So this is actually my first YouTube video back in a minute. Let me see actually when the last YouTube video was, because I remember I just posted that one video and then but that is not going to happen again. I'm going to be consistent this time. I do have a few other videos lined up, so we are staying consistent with it and I am excited. So let me see. Oh, the last video was a year ago. This video is going to be a Q&A. So I posted a question box on my story on Instagram and got asked a bunch of questions. So I am going to cherry pick some out because I got asked a lot more than I expected. So I don't want to be talking for hours basically, because I doubt you'd all be listening for that long. So this is going to be a long Q&A. Okay, so first one. How tall are you and how long did it take you to get into a happy place, brackets, weight-wise? So I am 5'6", 5'5". I don't know why I said that. Because I am not 5'5". 5'6". Okay, and how long did it take you to get into a happy place weight-wise? I feel like with weight there is a lot of pressure and societal pressure to have in the back of your head that as soon as you get to a specific weight and to a specific goal, you're going to automatically be happier. But that isn't the case. This may be so contradictory, but I personally think when I was at my biggest, I was very unhappy, but it wasn't just to do specifically with my weight and my size, it was just because I didn't practice self-love enough basically. So I could have worked more on loving myself and encouraging myself, knowing that my curves were beautiful, knowing that stretch marks were beautiful, knowing that my body at that size was beautiful, because it was. So it's not the weight that got me into a happier place. I am a lot happier now because I was very uncomfortable then, I'm not gonna lie. So that's where it is contradictive here. Because me at that size, I knew I could be happier because I didn't fit in any of the jeans that I tried on, I didn't fit in any of the clothes, I didn't like any of the clothes that I was trying on, and yeah, for me personally, I just was unfit and very unhealthy, didn't have a get up and go, didn't want to go to the shops, so I'd constantly order takeaways just because I couldn't be bothered to leave the house. Like, for me, I knew I had a lot more to seek when I was working on my fitness. You can get to your goal weight, you can lose all of the weight that you want, but you can still be unhappy, you can still be kind of miserable and upset and not like your body image, you can still not feel confident, you can still go through so much even when you are at your weight loss goal because you're not practicing self-love. And obviously it's case to case, that may not be the case for everybody, but I'm just talking from a personal experience. If I didn't come from a place of working on my self-love throughout my weight loss journey, I wouldn't be kind of as confident as where I am now, or at a happy place as I am now. But I'm so much happier now, like I cannot tell you. So it is a mix of everything, my weight, my self-love, talking to yourself positively. If you speak to yourself negatively, you're going to see yourself negatively. So yeah, what was that question again? I feel like I've not even answered it. Oh yeah, so yeah, basically I feel like now I'm at such a happy place because I am at my goal and I have been working on self-love. So I can't just tell you that as soon as you get to your goal you'll be happier, because that may not be the case. I'm a lot happier now because I'm at my goal, and because I'm constantly working on telling myself I'm a bad bitch. Okay, take that out. Any tips for sticking to a deficit? I have the best intentions, but late night snacks get me every time. Yeah, for real. Oops. I'm a nighttime snacker as well. I think it's boredom at nighttime or something like that, but you can literally find snacks that are healthier alternatives and still be in that deficit. So one of my favourite nighttime snacks is to have yoghurt bark, but frozen. And I'll literally do natural yoghurt. Alpro is really good. And with like fruit on top, like blueberries, strawberries, raspberries, and then a bit of Olga nectar. That's just a preference what I have, but you could have honey or any other thing on top, and then freeze it and just cut it into little cubes, and that is so nice because I have such a sweet tooth craving as well. That is, yeah. So you can find literally different alternatives that may be less in calories. For example, them jelly pots, I know are only like 10 calories, maybe not even that, so they're good to snack on. How do you stay so consistent with workouts in the beginning? And how do you deal with muscle soreness after workouts? How do I stay consistent with workouts in the beginning? So with workouts and with consistency, you have literally just got to get up and do it. What works best for me is implementing it as a routine. So the same way that you wake up to go to work or you wake up to go to school, you don't even question that, do you? You literally just do it. So you can implement that as a routine for workouts, and I suppose the more you do it and the more you find love for it, you'll already have that in your routine, and it won't be as much of a needing to go, you'll be enjoying to go. So yeah, you've just got to get up and do it, get it in your routine. I find what works best for me is literally going in the AM, like early in the AM, because if I've done a full day of work, I'm not going to want to be motivated to go at night time, and I do struggle with that because I just want to get home, get showered and go to bed. So that is just a preference for me because, yeah, but others may differ. Some people may be more motivated in the evening, so find what works best for you. How do you deal with muscle soreness after workouts? So in the very beginning, I did get very sore very quickly, but now I feel like my body has adjusted to that, and it doesn't mean that I'm not working as hard as I should be. It's literally just the fact that I'm stretching the proper way. I'm doing dynamic stretches to begin with and static stretches to cool down. So dynamic stretches are when you're moving. So if you do static stretches to begin with, you're more likely going to pull a muscle or create injury. But dynamic stretches, blood warmed up, and then static stretches at the end to cool down. So that's when you hold it still. Just brings your heart rate down and gets the muscles cool. Another one which has an effect on muscle soreness is protein. So you need to make sure that you're getting enough protein into your daily intake. If you're not getting enough protein, your body is going to take longer to repair that muscle and longer to recovery. A really good way of getting protein into your daily intake is through protein shakes. You can get it through food, meat, you can get it in soy, you can get it in a lot of foods have high in protein, but I find that I don't get enough through food and have that protein shake just because it is a quick way of getting the protein fast. So the one I use is Blessed Protein. Obviously you don't need to use that one, but I have used that since the very beginning of my weight loss. Code Eli 10 if you do use it. It is 23 grams of protein, and there is different alternatives on EHP which are like the whey protein, but for me, my tummy is very sensitive to dairy, and so is my skin. Like, my skin now is so sensitive to a lot. So basically I have to have protein that is dairy free. Another thing as well is foam rolling. When you foam roll, you create that elasticity, increase your range of motion, you create more circulation and blood flow, and that does reduce the risk of soreness. Obviously, these things, your body is different to mine. Somebody's body is different. Somebody may not get sore at all from not even stretching, not even having enough protein, but everybody is different. So yeah, this is just what I found works for me. Actually, if you are in agony, maybe don't do a workout the next day. Yeah, listen to your body basically. Okay, so next question. I've only just did 2 months of workout and dieting. Already I'm feeling exhausted and don't quite notice any drastic changes in my body. I know it takes time and consistency and I need to trust the process. Your journey seems so smooth. Did you go through any bumpy rides? How did you keep going even when you're tired and don't see results yet? Ooh. I definitely did go through bumps in the road, and thinking your progress is backtracking, you do go through a lot of bumps, but that's why it's so easy to compare yourself to one another, and you shouldn't. So my journey is completely different to yours. It doesn't matter if mine seemed easier, it's literally the fact that your body is different to mine. You may work a different job and have different hours in your day. You may have children that you've also got to prep a meal for. I just prepping a meal for myself and then save it the next day. So it all literally depends on our lifestyles, and we all lead different lifestyles. All of our bodies are different. Our bodies have different metabolism, bodies have different rates of burning food and kind of burning fat, and it is literally just a part of it. And that is why you don't compare your journey, and you've just got to be consistent, because you probably are seeing results, but because you see yourself in the mirror every single day, you're not going to notice them, as opposed to somebody else that hasn't seen you in 8 weeks and think, oh my gosh, they've lost weight, or oh my gosh, they look so much healthier, or something like that. So because you are seeing yourself in the mirror every day and walking past it every day, you're not going to notice these changes. And that is why you should also take progress pictures, because they are so helpful. Even I look to progress pictures now, because when I'm lacking motivation, when I don't want to go to the gym, I'll look at a progress picture and I'll be like, okay, I've got this, I've come this far. So literally take your own progress pictures. As daunting as it is in the beginning and as scary as it is in the beginning, it is so worth it. And I wish I took more. But also the scales, I don't know how you're measuring yourself, but I would tend to look on the scales when I first started, and now I've not measured myself in ages, because a lot of the time the scales don't take into consideration water weight, and the scales can have an impact on whether you've determined if you've done well or not, as bad as that is. But if you see that you've not lost as much weight as you wanted to, or lost what you thought, then you're going to lose motivation, you're going to not want to carry on, you're going to become disheartened, and you're going to just think, why am I even doing this in the first place? So yeah, I don't use scales anymore, and that's just a personal preference. Tape measure yourself as well. That's a really good way of keeping track of progress and progress pictures. But definitely my journey did have bumpy cracks, and it's gonna happen. I just think it makes you stronger. If I didn't have the bumps in my journey, I literally wouldn't be at the stage I'm at now. I personally don't think so. Just take it all in, take it in as a learning curve. It's not necessarily a bad thing. In the moment it probably seems like a bad thing, but it's not. It's a learning curve. How did you keep going even when you're tired and don't see results? Literally just trust the process. I know it's so cliche to hear that, and I know everybody says it, but it's because it is true. Like, as soon as you start trusting the process and showing up just for you, just don't show up thinking that it's in it for the results. Show up because of fitness, that your fitness is going to improve. You may not be seeing the results physically, but you may be seeing results fitness wise. Like, you may not have been able to run 0.5k before, and now you can run 1k. Like, your fitness levels may be going up, and you are so focused on seeing the physical results that you may not be seeing that. And for me, with my weight loss journey, it was inside first. So I'd transform inside, as cliche as it is, again, I transformed inside, so my mental health would change, my fitness levels change, and then I noticed physical results. So literally just keep going. How do you lose fat in your stomach? It's so hard to lose belly fat compared to everywhere else. So you can't spot reduce fat. Somebody may lose it in their stomach first, whereas somebody may lose it on their legs first. So you can't target a specific area to lose fat in. I did do a lot of HIIT workouts at the beginning of my weight loss, and I still do it now, because I just love how fitness wise your fitness can increase so much, because I could never do a burpee before and now I can literally do burpees. With the stomach as well, I try and engage my core as much as possible, so I'll literally clench my stomach area. So let me show you. So this is my stomach, like, not clenched, and this is it clenched. I'll be doing that when I walk anywhere, I'll be doing it when I'm working out, and that's helped my posture. I say that's helped my posture and I'm leaning over like this, but I find that's helped my posture a lot. That's helped literally activate their muscles and just get them working. But yeah, you can't spot reduce fat. The best way to burn fat is calorie deficit. So it's going to come off, just may take a little bit longer than opposed to everywhere else. But calorie deficit. How do you deal with social anxiety at the gym? That is a tough one, because that is the reason why I done home workouts to begin with, because I was too nervous to go to the gym and I just didn't want to be seen by anybody or judged. And I know nobody is judging you, but I did have that in the back of my mind because I was such a beginner. So the way that I conquered it was literally, don't give a F. And if you really want to be at the gym, why are you wasting so much time having that doubt in your mind for somebody that's probably not even going to notice? Or, you know, literally just, people are going to think what they want to think regardless, and hopefully you'd think that they're going to be positive thoughts, but even if they're not, that's on them. So get your gym playlist ready, plug in your headphones or AirPods or whatever, plug them in, volume loud, and act like you own it. Like, it's confidence, it's all down to confidence. And if you act like you know what you're doing, it doesn't matter if you don't know what you're doing. If you act like it, then that's it. And if people stare, it's because you look like a bad bee. It's serious though. But if you do find yourself struggling a lot with social anxiety, it may be easier to go with somebody as well. So whether it's a family member, like a sister or brother, or a friend that's also going through the same, or a friend that goes to the gym or something like that, literally just go with them. And that may help because you're in it together and you're not alone. So the way I eased into it was, I was so scared because I was worried that what people might think, that I'm going to do something wrong, and it's a part of the process. We are literally all beginners, so we have all been in a beginner phase. We have all started somewhere, and nobody was born literally just lifting weights. Like, we've had to build up to that. So everybody does start somewhere. Everybody should have that mindset of everybody has started somewhere, so no judgment. And it is a judgment-free zone. Just go for it, and once you are comfortable in the gym, you'll be feeling, what were you even worried about in the first place? So yeah, I've made more mistakes in the gym than I can count. So having an idea on your phone of what you're going to be doing really helps. So whether you're following a workout plan that you have on the app, I have the WBK one, so I'll literally just have the app on that and go through the workouts. Whether you have that on your phone, whether you have something in your notes, whether you have a notepad full of workouts that you're going to do for the day, literally having it in the notepad saves so much, because you can go straight in and do that workout, and if that machine is full, then you can do another one in the meantime. And having no idea what you're going to do, then that's when you can become a bit like nervous or like shy, because you feel like you don't know what you're doing, but you know what you're doing. You know what you're doing in the gym, so let's get it. But yes, so loud music, playlist, headphones, don't give a F. Have a workout plan of what you're going to do in your head or in a notepad, on your phone, in your notes app. Literally having your exact workout, what you're going to be doing, so you can just get it done. Go with a friend, family member, somebody who, if you don't want to go on your own, is there as well to support you. And just, you got it. Okay. Maybe I'll do one more because I feel like I have been talking for time. I'm going to have to cut this down. And my camera is on 1 bar, so we got to get a move on. What has helped most with loose skin on your journey? With loose skin, I don't have it, but it is completely down to skin elasticity. So basically the stretch of your skin and how it bounces back. So I don't have it in my stomach area, but it is down to skin elasticity. But I also, like I said, do engage my core a lot and have done throughout my weight loss. So that may play a factor in it as well. I'm not going to sit here and say I guarantee that if you engage your core you're not going to get loose skin, because it can be multiple things that impact on it. But I did also do that. So if you do have loose skin, there is a lot of questions here that are saying about loose skin and body image. But if you do, then that's okay. Like, your journey is your journey. See having your loose skin, see having your stretch marks, see having your bumpy skin, your curves, your cellulite as a part of your journey. So I used to hate my stretch marks and my cellulite, but now it's part of my journey. So me having these stretch marks are a reminder that my body has done so much for me and is still doing so much for me, and I have been through so much on my weight loss journey, and I'm still going through it, and I did that. So literally, if you do get loose skin, just see it as a reminder of that you've done that, you've lost your weight, and your body has gone through so freaking much. So yeah, that got deep hella fast, and I know I'm gonna sit here and it sounds very contradictory because I personally don't have loose skin, but I have like cellulite. Back to go again. Okay, another one. What is your skin routine and what has helped your skin? So I have really sensitive skin. That's what I'm noticing as well. Like, anything can cause my skin to break out, and even when I wear makeup, my skin, that is one of the things as well why I've gone dairy free, because dairy, anything to do with dairy will make me break out so bad. But we do still have texture, we do still have spots, if you can see. It was a lot worse when I ate dairy. So yeah, my skin now, even though I do have spots and texture, it's so clear in comparison to what it was before. So that's why I have plant-based protein and no dairy. When I wear makeup, yeah, it does break out a lot, and it just feels so sensitive. So I use face wash and moisturiser, and that is it. Like, I try and change my pillowcases every literally couple of days, just because in the night I know I do sweat a lot. Yeah, so I try and change my pillowcases and bed covers as frequently as possible, so that I'm not getting the bacteria or anything on my face. How did you deal with losing your butt? Okay. No. How did you deal with losing your butt body image after? I didn't do well at all. Just, it's a part of the process. Like, I know personally I have lost the booty. Before, it was fat tissue and it wasn't in shape either. So I'm fine with losing it because I know now I can build it and lift heavy and just get back to where I was. The workouts I was doing has helped me keep a bit of substance in the cheek. Yeah, anyways, so how did you deal with that? I know you said that you've not done well at all, but just take it on the chin. Like, you can't go back now. You can't. If you were to do your whole journey again, maybe you'd do it a little bit differently, but you're in a position now where you're at a current stage and you can't think what if. You just need to work on what next. So if you have quite bad body image now and it's because you want a bigger bum and you did have a bigger bum before you lost weight, something along them lines, don't dwell on it, just get it, you know. Now use it. You know what you want, you know what your next goal is, whether it's to gain, whether it's to tone, whether it's to build. And use that as your goal, use that as your motivation. Oh, I had a question as well with like losing boobs, and that's fine. Like, I knew I had bigger boobs before, but they were puppy fat because I've never had big boobs. But it's inevitable with any weight loss or any fat loss, you will lose stuff in specific areas, and for me that was my boobs. I have no boobs or very little boobs and are feeling not confident because of it. Don't see negatives in it, see positives in it, see positives in everything. Like, before my weight loss, I would see negatives in everything. I had such a bad mindset. Everything I would see negatives in. It's just because I didn't like who I was, so I would take out them insecurities on. I've got no boobs, but I can sleep on my tummy. And I'm not saying that you can't sleep on your tummy if you have boobs, but I'm just here seeing the positives in my little... As well, there were days when I was hating that I didn't have boobs and thinking, I wish I was one of them girls with big boobs, but I'm not. So like, what is the point in me getting upset or getting frustrated with the fact that I'm not like somebody else, because I was born and I was made to be who I am for one reason, because I am who I am. Like, we are getting cliche on this Q&A, but we are all unique, and if I was thinking I want to have boobs like them, I'd be becoming too much like them. So like, I'd be taking away the fact that I'm my own person, I'm unique to me, I was made this way for a reason. And yeah, so just learn to embrace the fact that you have differences to somebody else, you have flaws, you have perfections. Somebody else may see what you see as a flaw as a perfection and think, I wish I had that. So just learn to love yourself. There is literally no right or wrong of how you should look. There is not a guidebook of you should look this specific way in life. So literally, your body is your body, and as long as you feel happy, you feel healthy, you have self-love and see yourself for as amazing as you are, then yeah. Oh, deep. Look, I feel bad for not answering all these questions. What was your starting weight and your current weight? So my starting weight was 16 stone 8 pounds, which is 236 pounds. So my starting was 16 stone 8 pounds, which is 236 pounds. And my current weight, I weighed myself in a long time, and maybe I will soon, just to see and just to have a comparison. But yeah, I don't weigh myself. I just look for progress pictures and how I feel, measurements, and just go off of that basically, but mainly progress pictures. But when I was weighing myself a lot, I'd often compare my progress as to why I hadn't lost as much as I thought, why I hadn't lost much, why I'd gained a couple of pounds, blah blah blah. But it was literally just water weight and different reasons why my weight was fluctuating on the scales. So yeah, I don't use the scales. But what change did you find worked best for your weight loss? Definitely, so the main things I'd say is calorie deficit and small changes. So because I would binge, like I said, I did binge, and it was a process to overcome it, but what I found helped with that as well is small changes. So if I was to suddenly go from doing one thing, a particular thing, having 5 chocolate bars a day, having 8 cans of fizzy pop a day, having all of this junk and all of this food, to suddenly nothing, and to suddenly salads and stuff like that, then I'm restricting myself too much, and I'm gonna end up binging. I'm gonna end up wanting to start next Monday. I'm gonna give in. I'm gonna do all this, and that is what I learned, because I gave up so many times, and I'd have to start again next Monday so many times because I'd be too restrictive. So by doing them small changes, it makes it more of a lifestyle as opposed to a quick fix or just something to come overnight. And it's not something to come overnight at all. It literally is a lifestyle. So making small changes, whether it's drinking 2 bottles of water a day because you don't drink any, and then building up to it, whether it's having a side salad with your dinner because you don't have any fruit or veg. Literally just making small changes can have such a positive benefit on your weight loss or on your fitness journey, because it implements it in gradually, and it is going to have and create them lasting results, as opposed to something that you see and doesn't have any change or doesn't have any lasting results. So it will have them lasting results, and that's what makes it a lifestyle as opposed to a quick fix. You've just got to find out what works for you and your body. Listen to your body and just be patient. Like, you're not going to see results overnight. You need to just trust the process and keep going, keep showing up, and results will follow. Okay, so I think that is it. So if I haven't answered your question, do feel free to message me personally on Instagram, and I will try and respond to you when I can. Or if you leave a comment below that you want to see more, or like want your question answered or something like that, then I will do another one answering the questions that I haven't answered. So yeah, let me know your thoughts as well. But I do have some other videos coming up that are like vlogs and day in the lives. So yeah, let me know your thoughts, and speak to you guys soon. Okay, bye. YOLO, throw me a polo.